Functioning as both a restaurant and a hotel, the bed and breakfast of the ancient Ram Inn in Gloucestershire, England has a reputation for being one of the most haunted places of the entire earth. It has been a hotspot for numerous popular ghost hunting shows, and even served as the inspiration for the pub in the opening scene of An American Werewolf in London. Not only is the structure built on 2 ley lines, which many say conduct supernatural activity, but the house resides on ancient burial grounds, and has been at the center of numerous ancient child sacrifices and satanic worship over the years. After eating dinner, guests would claim to see apparitions in their room, often shaking the bed or clinging to the ceiling, screaming down at them. The owner of the inn has claimed that he experiences some sort of supernatural attack almost every day, but continues to reside in the ancient Ram because he believes the hauntings actually help business. A restaurant in Bangkok, Thailand has been attempting to mix love and food for years with a fairly interesting aesthetic. Cabbages and Condoms specializes in vegetable meals with a real admiration for mushrooms, due to their appearance being similar to that of condoms. The staff wears blown-up condoms as they serve their guests, and the food menu claims that it cures impotence in some men. While some might consider the sex act to be unappetizing, Cabbages and Condoms believes the two are a match made in heaven. After eating, the staff even gives each customer over the age of 16 a condom for their travels home, because as everyone knows, there's no aphrodisiac quite like that of the ordinary cabbage. Speaking of odd obsessions, where Cabbages and Condoms seeks to find the romance in fine dining, Modern Toilet looks to find the, well, more distasteful side of eatery. Living up to its name, Modern Toilet is decked out in commodes all over the building. Customers eat out of toilet bowls, toilets hanging on the walls, and the chocolate ice cream dessert is crafted specifically to take the shape of human excrement. While one might not think the Taiwanese restaurant would attract much business, it has actually become a popular tourist destination for the sheer ridiculousness of the concept, and has even become a chain of restaurants all over the country. The menu is stuffed to the brim with soup, meats, vegetables, and fruits, which gives the visual of eating it all out of a toilet a little extra surrealism. Lapland, Finland is the home to one of the most beautiful tourist destinations in the world. The famous Snow Village is a luxurious resort, hotel, and restaurant entirely carved out of ice and snow, with gorgeous blue scenery and a temperature you're bound to never forget. Everything inside the restaurant is crafted entirely from ice, from the seats to the tables to the walls, and gorgeously lit to a careful degree so as not to melt the ice away. The menu specializes in curated meats, including reindeer, but the expense is going to set any aspiring traveler way back on their budget. Because of the nature of the resort, it's only open during specific seasons, and is recreated and fixed up every single year, meaning coming at the wrong time of year will give you nothing to dine in except a large puddle. While not having any specific home location, Dinner in the Sky is a service that has been entertaining and terrifying customers for over a decade. For just $40,000, a guest can have a dinner with up to 20 guests, where they are all suspended in the sky over just about any major city in the world, with the help of a crane. The service provides a gourmet meal and Dom Perignon wine, as well as some pretty nauseating conversation as you gently rock back and forth 150 feet in the air. However, the experience has always proven to be a safe one, as there have never been any recorded incidents or falls in the decade that the service has been provided. It's still got a price tag that'll raise some eyebrows, but you get what you pay for in sheer experience. The Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, Nevada has what many might consider a cruel aesthetic, but it's one they've never shied away from. The restaurant specializes in greasy, unhealthy burgers and foods, dousing their meals in melted cheese with the secret hope that the menu will jumpstart cardiac arrest in a customer. They have a promise to serve any patron over 350 pounds for free, but do warn that the meals are specifically designed to be as unhealthy as humanly possible. And just to add insult to injury, the restaurant requires all of the waitresses to dress as nurses. Talk about driving the point home. Located in Kaohsiung, Taiwan, Funny Sex is a restaurant where the food is almost guaranteed to be served in the shape of something sexual. Pretty much anything vaguely resembling food available at this restaurant has been bunched into the shape of either an erect penis or a pair of boobs. The restaurant has some informative posters for the uninitiated, listing things like the average penis sizes by country, and it even has blow-up sex dolls that customers can hang with. According to the manager, the penis pudding and the breast-shaped objects found in the restaurant were actually not easy to come by, and it took them a long time to find them. Tokyo, Japan's robot restaurant is just about every Japanese stereotype you could imagine. Thriving flashy lights, a wild menu, and robots galore. The restaurant promises a show with every meal, usually with robots and dinosaurs crashing into each other in spectacular battles. If at one point it feels like a rave, it will suddenly turn into an American Western, with glorious painted sunsets and an extreme dramatization of heroism. The robot restaurant has even branched off into a chain all over Japan due to its popularity, and has since become one of the top tourist spots for anyone seeking an explosion of Japanese culture. Before it was permanently closed down, Spain's Disaster Cafe was where patrons would attempt to eat a meal during a simulated 7.8 earthquake. The quakes happened at random, always surprising customers, though it's unsurprising that the restaurant was fairly accident-prone. Meals came in large, heavy dishes so the food would not be entirely wasted, and the staff was always dressed in heavy construction gear because they would often be walking around during one of the simulations. After being the site of multiple broken arms, legs, and some choking, the city finally wised up and shut the restaurant down, ending an interesting experiment in fine dining. The public was at first outraged, as the site had become a major tourist spot and was actually booked out for months in advance. I suppose if there's one thing patrons love with their meals, it's a near-death experience. Opening in New York City in 1998, Mars 2112 has specialized in futuristic dining for almost 20 years. Inside the restaurant, you'll find the waitstaff dressed as aliens and serving an abundance of out-of-this-world food. Craters and space objects function as the restaurant's decor, and it definitely functions as an otherworldly sight in the hustle and bustle of the city. Still, the actual reviews of the food have not been spectacular, as the restaurant seems to have put all of its effort into creating its look, but it's become a local hotspot worth checking out while we're still here on Earth, considering that NASA thinks we'll be making commercial flights to other planets by the year 2112.